Well, Ryan had a traumatic, or we all did have a traumatic event that happened in our life. Ryan's oldest brother was in a really horrible, bad car accident, and it was at the start of his freshman year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
And so, in the interim, I was gone pretty much for the first 2 months, and Ryan was kind of left to navigate his own way through high school and basically about the first 2 years of school because all the attention was devoted to his brother. So I think it only sparked one traumatic event that Ryan started having problems and became more withdrawn and more quiet, and he wasn't communicating really with any of us in the family at all anymore. And he came to me and he said that he had a problem, that he knew what he wanted to say, but he couldn't verbalize it anymore.
Mm.
And he said, I have the thoughts there, or when I do start talking, I talk really, really fast and no one understands what I'm trying to say, and I can't slow it down. And I thought, well, this is something for a 16-year-old kid to be coming to me and saying, I recognize I've got this issue, I've got this problem, and was asking for help. And so we had used Ryan actually for my older son was here because he had problems with the tongue thrust. But anyway, Ryan started in the program, and he was working with Ryan Chatterton, and it has just been an amazing transformation for him, that he went from a kid who was kind of withdrawn in the family, that he didn't want to carry on a conversation with us. I think it got to the point to where he was super self-conscious about it, and he has just completely turned around. He's talking, he's communicating, he's more self-confident, and it's been just wonderful to see how far he's came from when he initially started here. And you know, my concern was first when I even met with Ryan Chatterton, if this was something that could be fixed, or if it was a problem, or if it was, something that she could help him with. And it was like the most relieving thing when she looked at me and said, yes, this is a medical condition that he has, and yes, we can work on it. I was just trying to think of that, how long my son's been going here, and I want to say I think it's probably been close to a year now. Remarkable. I mean, his grades have improved. I mean, his grades have gotten better. He's, I think more engaged now with friends too, because he was so self-confident, so self-conscious that he wasn't able to communicate with friends even. And that he's out enjoying life again. And he also was having a lot of anxiety of speaking in class, and that has resolved. When we went to parent-teacher conferences, teachers even remarked of how much he's changed, and they weren't even really aware of the problem that he was having, but they were saying Ryan's a lot more engaged in the classroom now. I didn't ask. I was at a loss. I didn't know what to do. I mean, I basically just called here and asked for an appointment to see if we could come in and talk with Ryan Chatterton about it. I was kind of concerned too. I know with anytime there's a traumatic event, you don't know what is going to happen or how people are going to react to it. And I didn't know if we might have been dealing with something more like a psychological issue, or actually if this was an issue that, could be helped by a speech therapist. And so I think it was a trigger that happened in his life, and that was kind of how he was dealing with it. I think, like you said, the determination, but I think he recognized that as a teenager, which I thought was pretty remarkable, that, that he recognized it was a problem and it was something that he wanted to fix. And I never had to tell him when his appointments were, because he drove himself here. He was given his assignments to do, and he did them, and he was diligent of them. And I think the other good thing is that part of the assignments that he was given is that he had to sit and communicate with me or his dad, or that we had to actually sit down and have a conversation together. I think things in life happen, and I don't think any of us in life are ever immune to suffering, some kind of loss in your life. And I think the part that now that I realize a family is a complete unit together, and when something is wrong that happens to offset that balance in a family, it really trickles down to the siblings. And I think sometimes the siblings are the ones that get ignored and not the attention there. But I would say that listen to your kids, and when they're reaching out to you, look for help for them. There's help out there. And I cannot speak highly enough of how this has turned my son around. Not only with helping him with his speech, that he felt anxiety when he was talking and felt like he couldn't slow down his speech to communicate, or that he was so withdrawn that he wasn't speaking to anyone at all. And this has really turned him around. And both my husband and I have just said it's been very remarkable. And we're very thankful. We're very thankful that, we had a place to go to and a place to turn. A lot of younger kids. And I thought, well, that might be something to, maybe to sway him from wanting to go and pursue it, but he didn't even think anything of it. And that's what I think it can happen at any age. And I think at any age that you can always find some help and that you need, yeah.